Imaginers, thank you for tuning in live. Please let me know that you can hear me, that you can see me, that everything is coming through okay. Today, the beautiful Sarah Edmunds will be showing you Imagen's new subject mask tool and some live editing, what she does to finish up photos before delivering to clients. It's going to be a fun conversation, a fun demonstration, and hopefully we can answer a bunch of questions that you may have. My name is Scott Weinkiewicz, and I am the Content and Community Manager here at Imagen. If we haven't met before, it's nice to meet you now. My goal here is to help you get the most out of Imagen so you can spend less time worrying about the tedious post-production and focus more on what you love. Now, I want you to be involved, and you can see it up on the screen that there's something for Facebook viewers. If you are watching on Facebook, please know we are using Restream to power this live stream. Before leaving a comment, please grant Restream permission so we can see your name. You only have to do it once forever. Otherwise, we just see Facebook user. And that's not fun because then we can't address you appropriately. So please connect Restream. So we also want to know, I am coming from the United States. I'm in New Jersey, and Sarah is not. Sarah, where are you tuning in from today?
I am in Italy at the moment. Not for long, but I'm in Italy right
now. So please leave comments, share where you're tuning in from. Man, lots of Facebook users today. Kansas. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, what is going on here? Oh, yeah, it is showing me. Restream showing me a message. We also got somebody coming from Berlin, Germany. So thank you for tuning in. There's 23 of you watching right now. It's amazing. Please share where you're tuning in from.
Hi, everybody.
Get your questions. Get your questions rolling for Sarah, mainly about subject mask and what else she might do with the with her edits when she gets them back. And we will be starring those questions and making sure we get to those questions as we go through this. And oh wow, we got lots of great people coming in. Hello from a little bit south of me in New Jersey. We got Canada. We have New York, UK, Los Angeles, Mexico, Quebec, Venice, and
Ciao,
California.
da Venezia. Come va?
Amazing. Yeah, it was just Valentine's Day. Did you have a good Valentine's Day?
Yeah, I was working. I'm postponing Valentine's Day till tomorrow.
My wife and I have always had. Are you familiar with the restaurant The Melting Pot?
It sounds familiar, but explain.
So it might be a US based chain, but it's basically a fondue restaurant. So it's like they start with like an oil base for the meats and veggies, and then they go into like a cheese for breads and veggies, and then chocolate for the desserts. And my wife and I historically have always done that for Valentine's Day before we had kids, and we haven't been back in about 8 years. So we decided on Friday we're bringing the kids for the first time in 8 years. We're gonna go and do that experience for them. So
amazing.
Yeah. So we didn't really celebrate Valentine's Day here either. Pittsburgh, amazing. More Germany and Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
Did I get it right? Did I get it right? It's not Yorkshire, it's Yorkshire, right?
Yorkshire, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so good. I got it right. All right. So, okay. If you're new to Imagen, please let us know. Just leave a comment saying I am new. I want to see if how many new Imagen users we've got here in the live stream. Again, if you have any questions, any demo requests, again, we are not going to be able to see your name unless you go in and connect Restream. Otherwise, we will not see your name. We are just going to see Facebook user like this person who's new, but we don't know who it is.
Facebook user is new.
Yeah. And then we got Jenny, relatively new. Well, thanks for sticking around, Jenny. Okay. Let's get into this. We are going to be talking about Imagen's new subject mask feature, which is it's an amazing feature to basically make it so that anybody who wants to utilize subject mask in their photos doesn't have to go one by one and edit or do a sync, like edit and sync and check and edit and sync and check. They can just click a button in Imagen, have it automatically just go and do its thing. And yeah, so first, what are your thoughts about that, Sarah?
Well, I just tried it right now. I mean, literally 10 minutes before going live. So I uploaded a whole wedding, 800 images, and I just chose my favorite straighten tool, my Love and Light talent profile, and I thought, okay, subject mask, let's have a look and see what it does. So let's find out.
Let's find out. So before we actually go in to look at that, I think I'm going to start with showing how to actually do it, right? So how Imaginers would go and add in subject mask so they can see how easy it is. So for all the new Imaginers out there, this is the homepage of the app. It's basically showing you an overview of what's going on for you. You can create a project here, or you can go to projects here and hit create a new project. When I do that, if you're in the calling beta, you would see this. Otherwise, you're just going to see the ability to just edit your photos. So I'm going to hit edit, and then you choose your catalog, right? So I'm going to choose a catalog from either the recent, you can drag and drop, or you can browse your computer. So I'm going to choose a recent catalog, and then here's where you would name your project. If you're a wedding photographer, typically wedding photographers are putting the name of their client, right? Or whatever you want to name it. It's for your own purposes, basically. And then you choose your profile. So as you just heard, Sarah's, it's called Love and Light, right? So we named the project. I named it a bunch of gibberish. I chose Sarah's profile. As she mentioned, she chose straightening. And then here is subject mask. So it's this easy, right? So all you're doing is hitting that check mark. And what we're basically doing is we are selecting the subject with a mask and then applying a brush mask to it, and then doing some edits to make that your subject pop off of the background, right? So we're doing your global edit with whatever profile you choose, and then we are applying an additional edit on top of just your subject, right? So that is how you turn it on, right? And it's just that easy. So, Sarah, do you want to share your screen? I'll bring it up, and then we can just get right into it.
And now, silly question, but using Restream, how do I share the screen? Oh, there it is.
There it
share
is.
The screen. Okay.
All the viewers, please get your questions in. Whether you have a question about subject mask or something else, related, or a question for Sarah in general about how the way she works, please, get in your questions in the comment section.
Okay, so this share screen button is not
share
working.
Screen, and I'll bring it up as soon as I see it pop up.
Oh, okay. I'm clicking it.
Nothing's happening?
Nope.
The
beauty of live.
Yeah.
Bear with us, everyone. Yep. Do I need to? It hasn't come up with a.
There's no.
Hasn't come up with a permission settings or anything.
A little modal usually shows asking which app.
Yeah, I said share screen and then it disappeared.
Interesting. Let me stop sharing mine. Try stop it and then start it again. Let's see if now that I'm not sharing mine, maybe it'll pop up.
Nope, just not working.
Oh, interesting.
Bear with us, guys. Bear with us. It's worth it. Do you want me to go out and come back in again?
Yeah, maybe try that.
Okay. I'm sure you can entertain the troops while I'm away.
Yeah. So, okay. If you're watching the restream later on as well, please comment with restream. With replay, so that if you're watching the replay later, I want to know if you're watching the replay. We believe in you guys. We got this. We got this. Please share the link for the restream. Okay, so I will share the link to the restream. So here's that link again, chat.restream.io/FB. that will go there. You just connect Facebook to Restream once, and it will actually let me see your name. Oh, I heard a ding.
Okay.
Oh, here it comes.
Here it comes.
I see black though. Like, is it? I don't see like actually anything.
Oh, possibly because I have two. I have two screens.
Oh,
Maybe.
it went away.
Share this screen.
Still.
I've got my MacBook Pro plugged into my BenQ.
It's still only black on my end on this, from what we see. Thanks for sticking around, guys. We're working on it.
Yeah, bear with us. It'll be worth it.
So for those who have watched the live streams in the past, you might notice that my view looks different. While we're having issues with Sarah's end, my iMac, where I normally live stream from, completely died on me today. So I'm on my laptop right now. So we're having all sorts of technical difficulties for this live, which is lots of fun, but it happens. Hello, Kate. Hi. Hello, Randy. And hello, Damien from Texas. Sarah, what if you try to do it with your main screen, and then we'll just...
I can go onto my laptop. Let's do that.
Okay. Yeah, so and please get your questions in. You know what? I might just start with some of these questions that I can answer now. Any ETA on the culling functionality? So it is in beta. It is in Sarah, I'm just gonna mute you for the time being. It is in beta that is being tested by a few thousand people, and we don't have an ETA on when we're going to expand it. We are basically taking all of the feedback and making sure that everything is the way it needs to be for us to feel comfortable with it going live. We like taking our time with things to make sure things are done right and done the way that it's in the benefit of all the Imaginers rather than rushing things out. So it will come. It'll come soon. I don't have a date. So sorry, I can't help with the date aspect, but soon. Let's see. So in the future, could I choose a selection of images to have the mask such as 4? Okay, Sarah's switching to her laptop just for everybody who's waiting. Here she comes. So in the future, could I choose a selection of images to have the mask such as 4 stars, but not my selected 5? That way I can do selective mask for portions. So yeah, you can literally start a project of just photos with 4 stars. And I'll just share my window while I'll share my, right. So let me just bring this up. Okay, so you're creating a project, right? And let's say we go here, and I'm going to choose Love and Light, give it a name, subject mask, and now I only want the 4 stars, right? So only photos with 4 stars right now will get the subject mask, right? So I'm going to add that project, and now I'm going to add the same. I'm going to go and I'm going to deselect 4 stars, and I'm going to say now only 5 stars, right? So only 5 stars are going to get it without subject mask. Now I've got 2 projects. They're the same folder, but only the ones with 4 stars are getting subject mask, and the ones with 5 stars are not. So you're basically just creating multiple projects. So you can say client name subject mask, and then client name without subject mask, and that way you can identify which for which project. So it's still showing up black. Maybe you do have a permissions thing with Google Chrome, maybe, Sarah?
Yeah, I'm going to go and I'm going to use Chrome. Kate, Lord love you. Thank you. Let me just sort this out. I'm downloading Chrome right now. That'll fix it. I was using Safari. Maybe that was it.
Oh, that could be it. Yeah, that could definitely be it. What did Kate say? I didn't see which. Oh. Hide this for a second.
Changed your workflow so much is incredible. Thank you so much.
Look at this multitasking.
Facebook user, how do I get my Facebook to show you my name? You need to go and click on the restream in the
Yeah, here, I'll
post,
bring
isn't
that.
it?
Yep, I will bring that back up again.
I'm gonna leave and hop back in again.
Sure. So Facebook user who wants to connect your name, chat.restream.io/FB. That is how you do it. Facebook user, would you guys be able to do a review of the crop functionality in Imagen? So the crop functionality, you turn it on, right? Just the way you would with subject mask. So you would go in. And oh, here comes Sarah back. And you would choose your profile, give it a name, and then hit crop. And we are just automatically cropping it. It's not personalized. It's based on a data set. And actually, we are in the process of currently in the process of updating our culling algorithm. So very soon, it's kind of a big update of you know, a much larger data set and some improved AI to make the crop feature even better. So lots coming for that, which is great. How are we doing over there?
Okay, I think we're there.
Okay.
Entire screen share. There you
Hey,
go.
look at that. We got it. It happens.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for putting up with me, guys. I fancy new MacBook Pro, and of course, everything has to start from zero.
Yep.
So, where shall we start?
I would start with showing what you did in the Imagen app first, I think.
Okay.
Show. Yeah,
So,
I mean, I kind of walked through it, but I think
yeah.
showing what you did would be good.
Okay, so here I've made some collections just to show what I'm starting with. Okay, so this is my these are my 800 wedding images. These are the raws. Okay, so I'm doing a fresh edit on these, and I have done these previously, and this was the end result. But I want to show you the actual live, you know, the fresh input. This is without the subject mask. So these are the raws. So as usual, you know, it's, you know, things are looking a little bit flat, a little bit, they need a little bit of brightening up and TLC. But those are my 800 or so images. There's some JPEGs in here as well, because I did some stitched images. So when we see those, you'll spot those. Those aren't the raws, but they're all in with the selection. So I went to Imagen. Okay, I'm going to say very happy. I went into Imagen. I chose my file here, Love, which is the one that I use to build Love and Light, and it's the one that I'm using to do the fine tuning. So I just sent it for a fine tune, by the way. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like. And as you can see, there's 42,000 images in there, so that's a really strong one. I created a new project just as you showed, test for Imagen, and I selected the subject mask and straighten. Straighten I find absolutely invaluable, such a time saver. And then when it was ready, I just downloaded the edits. Okay. And this is the result. So I'm just looking at these now because I literally downloaded these into this catalog as Scott was introducing. So we can see as I scroll down, we should be able to see the edits just popping up. Or is it too fast?
It might be ahead of you, but it's okay.
No, that's all been done. That's all been done. Okay, so far I am really pleased with this because I can see that sometimes I need to add a little bump of exposure, but what the subject mask seems to have done, if I go and take a look here, look at that. That's pretty amazing. And if we turn that off, you can see that it's just added a little pop of light and it's done a really nice job. So I'm very happy with that.
Can you go back to the photo? I think there's something that is very important that we should definitely show. If you go back to the mask
Mhm.
and actually click on the mask, like click on the like the name Imagine mask, for example.
Yeah.
The mask itself is non-destructive, just like any other mask you would do in Lightroom. So you can actually edit what we do
Yes.
if you need to, right? So if it's good for you, you leave it as is, but otherwise you click on it, and now you can actually make adjustments beyond what we made for you.
Yes, exactly. So if we click that mask, we can see that Imagen has just lifted the shadows a little bit, bumped up the whites, and added a little bit of clarity and sharpness. And that's about it. That's looking good, but it might be that you don't want, say, sharpness or clarity on the skin, because sometimes clarity and sharpness on the skin can kind of make the skin look rougher. So by double clicking on the clarity and the sharpness, we set that back to 0. And then if I wanted to just make that on all of my images, I would just click Command A, sync settings, check none, click Imagen mask, and then synchronize it.
So I'm actually not sure. I think that's something I would need to verify, but I don't think that will just move the settings. I think that would actually copy the mask as well, like the mask itself.
Can I try it?
Um, you can try it.
Okay, so there we go. Okay, I've reduced the clarity. Okay. Yeah, because I'm kind of guessing that it works in a similar way to other masks, but I'm not sure. So let's find out together. Let's try it on these 3. Check none. Just check the mask. I'm going to replace. Yeah, it has affected the mask. You're right. So you can edit them one by one.
Yeah, see, the mask is now off. Yeah,
Wow,
because it's a brush mask.
that means that the masking is super smart.
Yeah, yeah, it's because we're literally brushing on every single subject.
That's insane. Wow. And it's done a really good job. Let's take a look at this one. An incredible job. Look at that. But I have to say that I really like what Imagen has done.
Yeah, it gives it that nice little bit of a with the sound effects, nice little pop.
Yeah, on and off. There you go. And I'll be, for full disclosure, what I usually do is I apply a profile. Okay, I just want to show you as well. Does Imagen do does it do the whole wedding
Yes.
perfectly? I will go through and I will tweak it. So but it gets me pretty much there. I mean, I'm 95% there. Look, this is put a really beautiful, sort of really understood that I needed a warm, it was a very, very warm sunset. And it's incredible that it's captured that.
I love that, like, it even with that, very strong sun behind the couple, it still figured out what to do.
So my profile is I like backlit things. So if something is backlit, I like to kind of let it blow out. So you will find that happens. But I have to say, I'm really loving this this subject mask.
So on a photo like this, what would you do? let's say there was something you still wanted to adjust. What would you do
Mhm.
to finish this one up from here at this point?
I'd be honest, I'm quite happy with it as it is, but what I do
Well,
is I always
let's
put
find one then that that
yeah,
you think could use some final, or one that
sure.
maybe the bride and groom have paid extra to have it, you know,
Oh,
that's
you
something
wanna
special.
see, like, what I would do in Lightroom?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's see what you would do after now Imagin's done it. You've got the subject mask, you've got your edit with Love and Light.
Mhm.
What are you doing to finish it all up?
Well, first of all, I need to just adjust a few things because there are a few, like these ones
Mhm.
here are just a little bit dull. So I would select all of these and just a bump of exposure, perhaps a little bit of warmth.
And for everybody watching, if you noticed, Sarah is working in the library view. She's not working right now in the develop view. And I think I know why. Can you share why you're doing in the Lightroom view? And I'll see if I was right.
Just select multiple images and just bump the amount of exposure at, at once. So instead of adjusting the slider, which is really super fiddly anyway,
Mhm.
you just select the two. So this one is darker, for example. So I would take this up 2 bumps. This one I would take up 1 bump. The bumps thing is great because it's relative to the actual edit that it is at the moment. If I were to sync the exposure or even do match total exposures, which is kind of Lightroom trying to figure out relative to the edit, it doesn't work very well. But the bumping up is it's not affecting what Imagen is that the right answer? Is that what you would
So
say?
that's a good answer. It's actually not the answer I thought you were gonna say, but it's the beauty of this. In Imagen, in Lightroom, in Photoshop, there's so many reasons to do so many different things. Um, the reason I thought you were gonna say is
Mhm.
that actually the library view is actually faster than the develop view.
It is it is faster. It is faster as it is faster, of course, and also, if you take the histogram away, it gets faster as well. But I like to see the histogram. But it is faster, but it's that ability to just visually be able to adjust a set of
Yeah.
images all together. You can also, if you press Shift there and then the exposure, the arrows, it goes from 1/3 of a stop to a 1/6 of a stop. So you can actually do little, quite tiny increments. So this is really the way to kind of speed through the tweaks of a wedding. So when people say, "I can't believe you really did it in an hour," I really do it in an hour. Um, okay, you can just imagine is just straightening and making everything look lovely. I love it when you can see see the edits being applied as we go.
Yeah. That's my favorite part.
It's so satisfying. It's
Yeah.
so satisfying. So, but as you can see, I mean, it's very, very consistent. It's very, very consistent. I'm very happy with that. What would I do to then do more? I'm going to show. Well, first of all, there's something I do to catalog, and that is apply one of my profiles. So on top, I just put like a little pop of creamy color on top, just like a little golden bit of contrast, and then I will click select, and I will sync just the profile, so it doesn't mess with any of Imagen's edits. It just places that little color grade on top without changing any of the other situation.
Yeah.
But what's great about the way I designed Love and Light as well, I wanted it to be neutral for not just my style, but for other people's style as well, because I do edit for other people. So it was built doing a very neutral edit, so a very true to life color. And then it's very easy to just put, you know, if you want a sort of a more minty greens, you can just put that preset on top, which doesn't mess with, which just the greens and doesn't mess with all of the exposure and the especially the color balance and everything else that that Imagen does. So I can just put that on top and then sync in just one click. But what would I do more? Let's find, this is a nice portrait. Usually I do most of my work in Photoshop for the album. So let me just show you. This is the Imagen edits. This one is not the Imagen edit. This one is stitched. So Imagen did the edit, and then I stitched the images together. This one on the left. But what I would do is I would take these images that are going in for the album, and then I would open them in Photoshop. But sometimes you need something a little bit quicker, and so I'll do the work in Photoshop. And there's one, I have something called skin prep, and that's simply just a very light skin smooth, but I can show you how to do that. Let's go and make a mask.
While Sarah's doing this, I have a question for everybody who's viewing live. Comment with yes if you would like to see skin smoothing come to Imagen's subject mask. Just comment with yes.
So I like quite a natural look, but as you can see, that is just taking the edge off there, making it a little bit smoother, and possibly let's brighten up the teeth a little bit. Select people, select person 1, select teeth, create mask, and then I would, let's just remove some of the yellow, or you could just desaturate. There we go.
That difference.
Yeah.
Such a good difference. It looks like everybody wants skin smoothing to come to Imagen subject mask.
Everybody wants skin smoothing. Okay. As long as you go easy, guys. Go easy on the skin smoothing.
Yeah.
And then if you want to, of course, in Lightroom, you can do lots of other things. Like you can even erase objects now. I mean, little things you can erase. You can, would I crop? Not really. I tend to crop in camera, so that makes things very, very fast as well when it comes to editing weddings, because I'm shooting and always trying to crop and frame.
I was so glad when Lightroom though added the content aware to the healing tool. Like, yeah, it was long overdue. I'm so glad when Adobe added it.
Yes, it means that, as I said, I mean, honestly, for precision, I really like to work in Photoshop. But if there's just like, I don't know, a light switch, or sometimes hotel rooms have got like one of those notices on, like a fire notice of the door, and you just want to get rid of it, but you don't want to have to open in Photoshop, and then it's kind of a hassle. Then you have to save as you know, you want to keep everything in RAW. It's yeah, it's really, really useful. So this is the stitch one I did, and Imagen did a great job of aligning all of the exposures and the white balance so that it looked great. And then I just stitched that together in Lightroom.
Looks so good.
So are there anything more I would do? Let me see. Yeah, maybe let's take a look. Let's find a sky.
So Sarah just demoed also, you know, what you would do to teeth. Comment with yes plus, like this. Yes, I'm gonna put in the comments. Oh no, I can't do that in the comments. Never mind. Comment with yes plus if you want teeth enhancement to also come to Imagen subject mask.
As long as you promise, Scott, as long as you promise the developers to keep it subtle.
Subtle. Yeah.
Otherwise, we're gonna So I've just seen some images where I don't want the image mask on because it's looking a little bit bright. So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna turn off the mask, and I think it should work if I sync those. Yeah, that's just removed those on just on those ones. Otherwise, it's looking great. I was trying to look for a and show you if maybe I might bring down a sky. Let's go up to here.
I love all the photos with you going on the boat with your couples.
Yeah, that's a fun part of my job, I have to say. Okay, I'm trying one with. These are pretty out skies. I'm not sure we can do anything with this. But you could also try select sky. And let's try and bring down the height. I don't think we'll be able to do anything. No, it's not working. There's literally no detail there. So let's try on this one. No, that's too bright as well. Let's try here. Let's just say you just want to get a deeper sky. You can click here, select sky. So this is cute. Imagen thinks that the flowers are subjects, which is amazing. That's the florist will be delighted.
It's very fun. Yeah. I can't say for sure, but I'm fairly confident that we trained it only on people right now. So
okay. Okay, so
that would explain why.
The sky mask, let's just bring down the highlights and just cool down the temperature a little bit, and then you've just got bluer skies.
Yeah.
What's another thing I might do? Details. That's true. What I might do is add some clarity to the details. So I tend to not use clarity. Oh look, I've got a preset. We can just details clarity and then sync. Now, when you're syncing, it's really, really important that you first of all click check none, and then you only select the things that you want to sync. Okay. If you don't, you're going to ruin all of the work that Imagen has done. And I just want to darken this one here a little bit. There we go. So for details, I like to bring out a little bit of clarity. And that's it. So, you know, if as I said, I will in Photoshop, I will go on perhaps some bride and groom ones a little bit. But these are very much these are very natural pictures. They're very dreamy. Okay, these ones here are a little bit green. Add a little bit of magenta, a little bit of warmth here, magenta and warmth. Okay, that's just a little adjustment.
Are you also typically working not only in the library view for this workflow, but are you also typically working with the thumbnails at that size? Do you sometimes make the thumbnails larger? Is this your typical?
Yeah. Sometimes. Really, I'm doing at this first stage is that I want to identify any ones that have kind of Imagen hasn't quite got right. There might be one or two, like earlier before, there were a few that just looked a little bit dark. So I really just want to make sure that everything is consistent. Here's an example of something I did do some work on. So this was a stitched image, and I added a little bit of detail to the sky because there wasn't any, and that will go in their album. And I cleaned up a little bit of the little bit of the lawn. I think I might have fixed her skirt, something like that. but overall, it's I want it to look in line with the rest.
Nice. Let's get to some of the questions that I'm gonna hide your screen right now so we come up larger again. So we got questions. We've got a lot of great comments. A lot of people said yes about skin smoothing. And Damien had to go, but he said it's I hate that I have to go, but I love Imagen to save my life, which is always nice to hear. But also I want to know more details. So Facebook user, does it crop the same in all profiles, or does that change based on the profile that you use? So Imagen crops the algorithm for cropping is the same no matter what profile you use. Down the road, we hope that we can make it personalized for you, and then it'll actually be for you rather than the sort of like this global data set that we use. But yeah, so right now it's general cropping that's still based on data. It's still AI, but there's lots of improvements coming. Okay, so Kate says, so you do the subject mask after them coming back from AI, or do you apply that request at the start? You apply that request at the start. When you go to create a project, you're actually hitting, you're selecting subject mask along with crop or straighten if you want those. And we call those additional AI tools, basically, inside the app. And you would select it, and then Imagen does the rest for you. Great question. Trish, this is awesome to see how the mask is working. Thanks so much for showing us how it works. You're very welcome. This I love that you did it in library view because we got a lot of I keep in the mic. We got a lot of comments on that. Kate, yes, I never use the library view. Curious to see. Well, Kate, if you have any other questions about live view, about library view for Sarah, now's a great time to ask. But yeah, I definitely love the fact that Sarah just showed that. Facebook user, will it be reposted to YouTube? It is on YouTube. We are live on YouTube right now, and that recording will be out there on our channel. So just go to the Imagen AI channel, and yeah.
So I used to. So Facebook user says, "Hi Sarah," but I don't know who you are. But hi. I used to, before Imagen, I used to work more in the develop mode, and then sync a batch, and then use match exposures to try to work in batch mode in that way. But Imagen is so I'm let's just say I'm so confident in what's going to come back from the profile that I know that there isn't really that much I need to do. I just need to find those ones that there might be 3 or 4 here and there that are just slightly cooler or slightly greener or slightly darker, and they just need to be adjusting, and that's it. That's all I need to do. And library view is the best way to do that.
Awesome.
And the straightening is just is essential, life-changing, never go back.
Hey, I don't think I've ever sent a project for myself without straightening. Actually, one. So I haven't done a cake smash session in a while, but right before Imaging USA, I did a cake smash session, and you can't really do straightening on those because quite often the baby's like running all over the place. So it wouldn't make a difference either way.
If you want to show my screen again, I don't know if it's. Can you see it?
Yep. Well, right now I see. There we go.
I just wanted to show you something that I might do for something special. For example, here there were fireworks. I didn't capture all of those fireworks like that, so I composited them. I take when it comes to fireworks, I will take pictures of the couple, and then there's usually time for me to take pictures of the fireworks, and then I'll put them all together.
Awesome. Yeah, you wouldn't know. You did such a great job on that. You wouldn't know that it was all composited.
There's another one, for example. I mean, because they're actually, this is what the fireworks looks like when I'm photographing the couple. So by photographing them separately, you get the full effect.
Yeah. Awesome.
Oh, and if anybody wanted to see how, let's just take a look at the evening shots, because I know people kind of say, well, how does it deal with reception? Well, I use off-camera flash, which helps. keep everything consistent, but just look at the consistency in that.
Yep.
And the subject mark is looking great.
So good. Okay. There's 4 more that I starred. Let's see. Jenny said, what a great tip. Haven't used quick develop that way. A lot of comments on that. Okay. Facebook user. Just to confirm what I think I'm hearing, the mask edits are set, and you cannot decide what that mask does to all the images on the onset. Like if you wanted to not sharpen for any of them, for instance. Right now, the subject mask is beta, so it's very much like a proof of concept. Let's make sure it's working with the way we have it right now, and then where we can go once everything we are, certain that the bugs have been solved and all that stuff. We could then move into things like skin smoothing or teeth enhancement, or giving you the option of what you would want that mask to do, things like that. It could happen. It could happen. If there's certain things that you would like to see from subject mask, simply open a ticket with our support team. And how you can do that is right over, hold on, here, support.imagenai.com. And you can open a ticket and say, I would love for subject masks to do this, XYZ. And we will, definitely make note of that for consideration for sure. Another person, this is so cool, Sarah. I've never edited in library mode, but we'll be trying this. you, you made a big impact with that one.
Well, I think it would have been more complicated for Imagen, or much more difficult. But as I said, I'm going to pump my profile as well. I'm really proud of how consistent it is. I mean, you've just witnessed this straight downloaded fresh from Imagen, and I'm super happy with these.
Yeah.
And so with a couple, by the way, because I downloaded them previously and I delivered them really fast, and they were very, very happy. But you just saw a fresh download, which I haven't touched at all, which I haven't tweaked.
Right. Regarding Love and Light, 2 things. One, here is Kate's comment where she said, I shoot indoor parties with various styles of lighting at very different locations, but I have been using Love and Light for the past few months, and it changed my workflow so much. It's incredible. I still have to change the white balance on a bunch as the light rotates different. So yes, you still might have to make some adjustments. I will say, personally, and I think I don't remember if I shared this with you, Sarah, or not, but I've always been very boring with my edits. Like I was never like big into making my edits really stand out a certain way. I'm always been one for like very natural. And since your profile, I haven't used my own at all. So
yeah. Wait. Where's my button? Hang on. No, it's off. That's amazing. Yeah. I'm delighted. Yeah, it's because as I said, it's so easy to sort of add something on top. So
yeah. Right before Imaging USA, literally it was the weekend before Imaging USA, and I was asked to do a Cakes Mess session. I did it, and then the parents asked for photos the day before I had to leave, and they're like, "We know you're leaving for imaging for Nashville, but is there any way that you can get us like some of the photos?" I was like, "Sure." Right.
Yeah.
Literally, Imagine cold and edited with Love and Light. 300 Cake Smash photos down to like 60, and I just sent them all 60. Didn't look at them, just like literally sent it to them because I didn't have time, and they were happy. And
yeah.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. And I have to say that now that this subject masking feature is honestly, I'm really pleasantly surprised. Really pleasantly surprised. Because I thought that maybe they would look too bright. My profile was already kind of, the exposure was okay, but that it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm so pleased with these.
Yeah, there's already been a ton of feedback as far as some photographers in certain situations with certain cameras that it comes back a little too bright here or a little too dark here, and it's already stuff that our developers, we've got a team
Mhm.
dedicated to just local adjustment features, and they're already working on improvements for it. So it's all good things.
Fantastic.
Um, any final questions for Sarah regarding subject mask, regarding library mode, or oh, I know, Sarah,
Yes.
share a little. Is anybody who's watching live going to WPPI? Yes or no? If you are, just type WPPI in the comments. Um, share a little bit about what you're doing at WPPI.
Oh, yes. Okay, remove my screen. Thank you so much for reminding me. Okay, thank you. Okay, so, yes, we're doing a thing at WPPI. So
A
Imagen is
thing.
gonna be there. I'm gonna be there, and I'll be at the Imagen stand as well. But, we all know that, or you might know, unless you've been under a rock, you might know that WPPI doesn't have a print competition this year. They're on pause. So we decided to take the education side of print competition and bring it to the show floor and get all of our favorite judges who give all of that amazing feedback during print competition, and just have people submit prints and just do the educational part and just not have the competition, because that's on pause. I'm really excited to see what's coming for next year. So, rather than just, be upset, we thought, let's do something. So we did it. We've done a thing at the Graphis Studio booth, which is going to be just as you come into the show floor. There's Canon and Nikon, and then there's Graphis Studio, so you can't miss it. We will be there for the full 3 days of the show, and we will be there with judges like Tony Hewitt, Jerry and Melissa Guionis, Sanjay Joja. Oh my God, he's going to kill me. I keep getting his name wrong. Jogia. My very good friend, Michelle Celentano. We've got really just some stellar people there, and it's free. It's free. So please go to love-edits.com and you will see a big banner telling you how you can enter your print. You can bring your own. Okay, you just have to register the time. It's not a private time slot. It's not like a private critique. It works like judging, where people watch and the prints come up and the judges critique the images. But because we want everybody to have enough time, we're limiting the number of prints. So it won't be like print competition where it's just super fast, but by necessity, it has to be super fast. We'll try and give more time. So that means you need to register your print spot, and then you can just click a button and order online with Graphis Studio, and they will send it direct to the show floor, and then you can take it home with you if you want to. Or you could just rock up with the print under your arm. So yeah, please take part. We're really happy and proud to just keep a little bit of the print nerdiness alive for this WPPI, even though there's no print competition for this year.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you were able to, you and working with Graphis Studio and whatnot, being able to pull this off.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of very disappointed people that when WPPI made the announcement. So you're bringing some light
Exactly.
back to those.
Exactly. And if you take part, if you were mad, then take part and show everybody how important print is to you and how much you love the education side of it. And yeah, I'm nobody's more disappointed than me. It's the highlight of my year. So I'm really happy that we're able to do the, judges and people who attend print competition love nothing more than just talking about prints. So we're going to have that. Yeah. There won't be points, there won't be any trophies, and there won't be any scores, but that means that there's less pressure. So if you've never entered print competition and you want to kind of see what it's about, you've got nothing to lose. It's free.
Before we wrap up, I've got a fun question for you.
Oh, okay.
Why was Cinderella so hopeful about her photos?
Oh God. I'm terrible at this kind of thing. I don't know.
She knew her prince would come one day.
Oh my God. My brain just doesn't go there. My brain just doesn't go there, Scott.
I wanted to ask in the beginning, but then, like, I was like, I'm gonna ask her after, and that worked out well because you were just talking about Prince and
Yeah,
whatnot. So anyway, I had to. Okay.
exactly. Okay.
Thank you, Sarah, for
You're
um for
welcome.
for joining today, for dealing with my dad joke, uh, and I look forward to seeing you in WPPI. It's so exciting.
See you very,
Um,
very soon. And
yeah.
everybody who's watching, if you're going to be there, please come and say hello and please enter the judging room. It's called, I forgot to mention what it was called. It's called the judging room. Please enter the judging room. Go to love-edits.com and register your spot and come and say hello. I will be literally going back and forth between the Imagen stand and the Gravis Studio stand.
Amazing. If you enjoy this live stream and would like to know more about the next live stream, which is actually coming up in a week from today, it's actually a Q&A. You can ask two of our co-founders anything that you want. Then know you are invited to be part of the bigger conversation. Join the Imagen communities today by going to imaginai.com/community. So by joining, you do get access to these exclusive conversations. That next Q&A with Ron and Yotam is actually exclusive to the Imagen community. It will not be anywhere else. So if you want in and you want to be able to ask them specific questions, you have to tune in live to that. Or you can pre-submit your question if you don't think you can make it, but you are in the Imagen community. You can pre-submit your question using the link that you see up on the screen. And the recording will be available in the Imagen community, but only in the Imagen community. So we hope to see you there. Again, that's imaginai.com/community. Thank you again, Sarah. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And I'm going to roll the outro.